Hey, it's Miss Carrazza. We're going to be going over social studies schoolwork for this week. We're going to be reading The Boy Who Fought Hitler, and we're going to be going over paper packet 115 and paper 116. Now these are two quizzes that you see here. You do not need to do both of the quizzes. You are going to be doing one of the quizzes and then you're going to turn it into me. Repeat, one of the quizzes and then you're going to turn it into me. You're going to put your name at the top of the paper so that I know, and just in case you submit it into a email that I don't know, I know whose paper it is. Read 180, I suggest you do this quiz. It's a little different. It's a little bit more, it's easier to explain. It's easier to read and explain on the second quiz, which would be on page 116, I believe. Let me just double check it. Yes, 116. Again, you do not need to be turning both of these quizzes in. They are similar quizzes. You only have to do one of them. Once you finish the quiz, you can definitely turn it into me by text message, Google Classroom, email, however you need to send it. But make sure you're just sending the assignments that I asked for and not the whole packet. I do not want 115 pages of pictures sent to me. So make sure you do just this assignment for social studies to me. So we're going to be going over reading The Boy Who Fought Hitler. And I'm only going to read a portion of this. I'm not going to read all of it. I wanted to show you in Scholastic how you can take notes in Scholastic and it'll actually save for you. And it's you just add the notes on there. So if you wanted to do Power, or when you are doing Power, you're going to be taking notes on here. You do not need to share your Power notes with me. Just continue taking Power notes for your benefits, especially because we have questions associated with the with this passage. So we're going to go right into it. The Boy Who Fought Hitler. All right, so if you want to take notes, all you have to do is go ahead and add a note on here wherever you'd like, and it will quickly take a note. And then you can press save, and it's right here, which then you can make sure you can move it around. It's a little finicky, but once you mess with it, it'll work out. Okay. Thousands of Jewish teens fought the Nazis during World War II. Ben Kamm was one of them. You probably know a kid like Ben Kamm, the boy with big ideas and quick smile, the one who will lead you off on an adventure and make sure you get home safely. Ben grew up in a different place and time than you, in Warsaw, Poland in the 1920s and the 30s, but he was enough like you and your friends that you should be able to picture him. Short but strong, his clothes rumbled from wrestling with his little brothers, his eyes bright and playful. Try to imagine Ben running through the crowded streets with his friends, zigzagging around finely dressed ladies and fruit sellers and men with long gray beards. You can hear it's a little finicky, sorry about that. You can hear him laughing. You can hear him laugh with his friends and shouting goodbyes as they all head home for dinner. But wait, did you hear that too? As Ben walks by a neighbor, the man hisses something in Polish. Bundzidai, dirty Jew. Ben's skin prickles, but he doesn't glance at the man. The truth is that he is used to these words: anti-Semitism, prejudice against Jewish people, in fact of life in Warsaw, as it is in many European cities. Like most of Warsaw's 350,000 Jews, Ben tries not to think too much about it. The man's words are like the bitter wind that blows off the nearby Vistula River. Ben shivers for a few moments, but he holds his head up, and he keeps walking. He quickly forgets about the man. Keep picturing Ben in his mind as he walks up to his spacious apartment, where he, four little brothers, and happily pounce on him, where his father looks up from his evening paper and smiles, where his father serves a delicious dinner in the cozy dining room. Hateful lies. This is where Ben's story takes a sharp turn into one of the most evil chapters in history, the Holocaust. As Ben's family is enjoying their dinner, German leaders, a man named Adolf Hitler, is plotting the destruction of Europeans' 9.5 million Jewish people. Hitler rose to power in Germany during a time when the country was struggling. In 1918, Germany had been defeated in World War I. The German people felt humiliated, tired, and bitter. Hitler and his political party, the Nazis, gained power by tapping into these feelings. Jewish people had lived in Germany and throughout Europe for centuries, but their unique religion and rituals often kept them separate. Now, if you don't know what these words are, I went ahead and stopped, because if you don't know what these words are, you can highlight them, and then you can come back to it later on and look for the words by either Google Class or Google, or just through your phone. As a result, some people were prejudiced against them. Hitler stood in crowded auditoriums and gave speeches filled with hateful lies about Jews. He said they were subhuman, an inferior race. He said that they could not be trusted. His lies fanned the flames of century-old prejudice against Jewish people. Eliminate the Jews, Hitler proclaimed, and you will eliminate all the Germans' problems. Hitler's words spread from Germany to other countries in Europe. Many people turned against their Jewish neighbors. Synagogues were destroyed. Jewish-owned businesses were vandalized or burned to the ground. In 1945, 6 million Jewish men, women, and children were dead. Nazi troops and their helpers shot them, starved them, worked them to death. Many died in prison known as concentration camps. The Nazis built these prison camps just for the purpose of killing Jewish people. But for most of Ben's childhood, he and his family were happy and comfortable. Nobody suspected that this kind of hateful violence was even possible. Who could imagine such things? Ben would say decades later. Who could imagine? So when you're reading the passage, what you're looking for is you're going to make sure that you're looking at the questions ahead of time. Go ahead and do power, look at the questions, and you're going to ask yourself these questions. For example, if you look at question 2, why did many people believe the lies Adolf Hitler told about Jewish people? Think about why did they believe the lies? Why did they believe the lies that they said? And if you think about what was the question, the lies, why did many people believe his lies, the lies Adolf Hitler and the Jewish people said? If you go to the passage, you can even see on the passage where it says hateful lies. And you can probably find that in this passage here. So I want you to go ahead and read through the passage for me. You're going to answer the questions and submit them in. If you have any questions at all during this time, you can definitely send me an email, text message, or call me and let me know. Thanks very much, guys.